What you doing, bud?
Caleb's always been a very curious, inquisitive kid. Always loved to know how things move, loved fans, loved trucks, putting things together. He just wants to know how things work. He's quirky. He's just a quirky, silly, very kind, mild-mannered kid.
We have a bike rider.
At the end of February of 2020, he was his usual active self, and one day he just woke up and threw up and just not feeling well in general. Maybe 10-ish days went by, and then it happened again.
He would wake up every morning, vomit, a little dizziness. He would always lie down on his left side. It was becoming consistent.
By end of April, it became more and more and more frequent. Something's not right. This is just not our normal 8-year-old.
At one point, the pediatrician was like, well, let's get an MRI and just rule out, make sure. With Christy and I doing a little research online and just with our medical background, we kind of had a suspicion that this is what was going on with a brain tumor. They saw a golf ball-sized lesion right in between the brainstem and the cerebellum, and admitted him that day, and it was just kind of a whirlwind.
The MRI was May 11th, May 12th, he already had the drain put in, and then May 14th was his surgery. It's so hard to be scared or show emotion when you're trying to be strong. So, scared.
You're thinking all these worst case scenarios of him not making it through the surgery and just life without him. And you try and stay positive and just think that everything's going to be okay.
Hearing his voice coming out of surgery, he was screaming when he woke up. And I'm sure he was just confused, that it was like music to our ears to hear him, because we weren't sure, we weren't sure if he was going to be able to talk or what we were going to find. Where his tumor has affected his dexterity of his right fingers in his right foot.
You see him barely able to walk and going through all this PT and using a walker and using, all these things to learn how to walk again, and you think there's no way. How's he gonna be a kid again? And he is. Caleb, ever since he was a toddler, he's loved to travel, he's loved flying.
My wish was being a pilot for the 128th Air Refueling Wing.
Make a wish, and the 128th Air Refueling Wing, they went above and beyond.
Every single little touch that was throughout the day was we were just floored. We were just floored, and it really made it special.
I went into this room, there was maybe 75 soldiers, and then there was this, I think, head, and then he was giving me a little speech, just a tiny sentences, and after I saluted, they saluted.
He was an honorary commander for the day. At one point, too, everyone was lined up at the end of the ceremony, and they were all taking patches off their own and giving it to him, and he still has all these patches collected.
You could just feel him beaming from the inside, and a smile really said it all. It was awesome to see.
I really like flying in the air. That was very fun, just doing the takeoff and landing and flying over some parts, yeah. I was feeling so excited because it was my first time flying a plane that no one has ever done before that was my age.
I just hope that Caleb takes this experience and just grows and keeps growing the way that he is. I hope he can see the perspective and look at how far he has come and just know that he's destined to do great things.